Thank you very much, John. I'm talking to James King. He's an Ohio-born author just east of us in Lakewood, a couple hours away, and you're here today talking about your new book, or not new book, but paperback copy of your book, and you have a book signing tonight, Bill Warrington's see, I've only read it. Is it Warrington or Warrington?
Whatever you prefer. Warrington is how I say it.
Okay,
I've
perfect.
heard all kinds of variations.
All right, Bill Warrington's Last Chance. I am a few chapters in, and I'm absolutely hooked. I was just telling you off camera, I love the way you write. I love the scene setting. I just felt involved and committed to this character, really, from the first page. Can you give us a little plot synopsis? I'm bad at giving too much. I don't want to give too much away. So how much do you want to give away?
So am I.
Yeah, I think you know the ending.
Yeah. Well, I'll try not to reveal that, but it's basically about a man who's received a bad diagnosis. He's been diagnosed with dementia, and he's trying to get together with his estranged family. He has 3 children. They don't speak to him or to each other. So he concocts this plan to kidnap. It's not a real kidnapping, but he kidnaps his granddaughter, April, and they set off on a cross-country tour. The deal is that he'll teach her how to drive. She's 15, and they have to make stops along the way, and the stops that he chooses are vacation spots that they took as a family growing up, and he leaves clues along the way so that the kids back home have to figure out where they are. The problem is that along the way, Bill starts to lose his memory much more quickly than anticipated. And so the whole story is, do they make it to California? How does April handle Bill's dementia? And will they get together?
And
no, I like that, though, just because with books, some of them don't have the life lessons that you can apply. With this one, what do you think people really, or will you want people to walk away with after they read this?
I think, and it's funny you use the term life lesson, because that's one of the things that brings Bill and her grandfather together, is a school assignment in which she's told to get some life lessons from a mentor. So what I had hoped to accomplish was a book that talks about how easy it is for misunderstandings to really affect the course of people's lives. And the refusal to talk things out, if you're too proud or too stubborn, which Bill is, to admit to something or to at least find out what the other person's perspective is, it can lead to some real problems, and it does.
And what I thought was pretty neat about the start, at least, there's a lot of Ohio in this book, at least in the scenes and where they start. You're from Ohio. How much personal experience, and however comfortable you feel talking about this,
right,
how much of you did you put in this book, and how much of Ohio did you put in this book?
Well, I love Ohio. Whenever I get back to Ohio, I live in Connecticut now, but I wanted to set it in Ohio because it's me. It's part of me, and I think there's a part of me in all the characters. There are 5 main characters in the book, and I think you know, some of them are more likable than others, but I think there's a little bit of me in all those characters. And with Ohio, I kind of a wink of the eye to Lakewood, where I grew up. The book starts out in Woodlake. That was very clever of me.
Yeah, that was good.
A literary device that we use.
Hey, sometimes the simplest forms of expressing your love for a place are the best. So, right. Perfect. So,
and Michael, I was just going to ask you, because you've already started to read this, and you said that you're hooked already. Some people worry that books may get good, and then towards the end they die off, but you're hooked right off the bat. Would you say it's an easy read?
Well, I think once you get into, you get into the characters right away. So once you like a character, you want to know what happens to them. And the way you write, and not to kiss up, because you're already here early in the morning, so I think we already had you. But no, the way James writes is so easy to picture what's going on and to really feel. It's such a difficult thing to do, especially with this particular character and what he's going through. So to express, I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but
well,
it's really good.
That's music to a writer's ears. Thank you very much. One of the challenges was I don't really have any personal experience. Unlike most people today, I don't have a personal experience outside of my maternal grandmother, who died many years ago, had a short bout with dementia. So one of the challenges was, well, how do you get inside someone's head? And that was one of the biggest challenges in writing it, but also one of the biggest rewards.
And the estrangement issue is something that I think everybody not everybody. I know that I, in the past, have had family members and extended family members. My parents all have had family members. There's usually somebody in your family who you have an estrangement with, and so there's that element that I think a lot of people can relate to. And you're not only going to get feedback from us, but you're going to Barnes & Noble tonight. Can you give the details of the book signing?
Sure. It's at 7 o'clock and at Barnes & Noble on Monroe Street. And please come.
And the Monroe Street one is the one right across from the Westfield Franklin Park Mall. 7 o'clock, as James said. James King, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Great work.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back. 6:17 here on your Friday morning. It is Friday. Keep smiling. We'll be right back.